Good morning, everyone. Can you please check and confirm that you all can see me and that the audio and the video and everything is clear? Let's wait for a minute. Let everyone settle down. Only after that we will start. Being the first day, I will be going really slow. So please cooperate with me. I want to ensure that everyone can view us and everyone is able to attend the lecture. I'm also live on YouTube parallelly. I'm just checking that link. So if someone is having problems in logging in and getting the username and password, we can always give them access to the YouTube channel. But just a minute. Yes, it is live and it is connected also to YouTube. Okay, something wrong in the YouTube. It is still not connected. Give me 1 minute. Abhilash, I'm live in my platform in dj.com, but in YouTube it is still showing waiting for seat or Jagdish. It is, it's all green in the caster sheet, everything is green, and they're showing connected also as far as the caster is concerned. Okay, just check. I think if it's the same in mine and other platforms also, the same issue might be there. Okay, just check it out. Thank you. Friends, just a minute. We are live on YouTube also. Pratnya usually there is no audio, only video, but others are saying audio, video, both are clear. There is one way we can check that out. Being the first day, I'll go slow. I want to ensure that all of you are in the same note in which I'm taking classes. No use of rushing. Once the communication channel between you and me is strong, then we can very smoothly take it forward. Let me check it in my phone. Let me check why some of you are not getting the audio. Let's wait anyways. For those who are not able to get the audio, you can always get the YouTube link. I will share the YouTube link here in a while. Why some of you are not getting the audio? Anyways, parallelly we are running on YouTube also. Give me 1 minute. I'll just set it up in YouTube also. So once everything is set, students can all view it comfortably. I'll share the YouTube link also over here. Abhilash is my technical support. Okay, so you can ask him all the doubts. He will clarify everything for you. I have shared the YouTube link for those who are unable to view this class. Let's wait for 5 more minutes and then we will start off. Let everyone settle down. Abhilash is checking why it's not running live on YouTube. Let's confirm that, and after that only we will proceed forward. Yeah, we are live on YouTube also. Okay, 1 minute. I still can't see it. Wait and see. It's showing waiting for CA Tarun Jagdish. I will refresh now. Right? So go back and re-click on the same page, right? Okay, yes. Okay, I can see myself. Thank you, Abhilash. Thank you so much. Alright, friends, we are live on YouTube channel also. So those of you who are having difficulty in checking it in the channel, you can always do it on YouTube also. Alright. Checking it. Alright, I believe everyone can see me here, right? Okay. Alright, friends, so I'm live on the YouTube channels also, and I'm live here also. Just give me 2 minutes more just to set up the YouTube chat option also in my phone, so anyone chatting on the YouTube can also see me. Good morning, Shahid. I can see you. Alright, friends, I think, okay, now I believe, shall we start now? Are all settled? Alright, friends, I believe everybody are settled now, so let us start off with today's session. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tarun Jagdish, and today we have started with the online live session for SCMPE. Even before we start with today's class, we need to have clarity on what exactly are we going to do it and take it forward. Vishnu, the bottom controls in your website is not working. Vishnu, I didn't understand. What do you mean by the bottom controls in your website is not working, like pause, unmute, full screen? It was working in SFM. Vishnu, doesn't bother, whatever issues are there, just put it in the group. Abhilash will cross check it and maybe he will enable some options, it will become alright. Always the first 1 or 2 days, there will be some learning curve. You have to get adjusted to the channel, I have to get adjusted to it. This pause, unmute, full screen, if that was not working, it's not working today. Maybe by tomorrow he will make it alright, or Abhilash is already online. He will work on it and he will sort it out also properly immediately if possible. Okay? Fine. So let me now start off with today's session. Okay, so we are here to learn SCMPE, Strategic Cost Management and Performance Evaluation. Friends, even before I start any of my classes, I make one thing very clear, that we should have a win-win agreement. You should win, I should also win. Ideally, there are four combinations which you will come across in your life. The first one is called as win-lose. Second one is called as lose-win. Third one is called as lose-lose. And the last one is what we call it as win-win. Win-lose means I win, you lose. Will that survive in the long run? No. Second one is lose-win. I lose, you win. Will that survive in the long run? Third one is lose-lose. I also lose, you also lose. That will also not survive in the long run. Last one is what? Win-win. I should win, you should also win. So friends, why have you come to the classes today? You have come for today's class mainly for one objective, that you need to get good marks as far as the exams are concerned. Am I right? My target when we are attending this class is that in SCMPE, we should be able to score more than 70 marks. And I believe this is your dream also. I will win only if you get more than 70 marks. You will also win only when you get more than 70 marks. So friends, here the objective that you and me are having is common. You should win, I should also win. Now we go to the next question. How are we going to score these marks? That is very, very important. Alright. How we are going to do this is based on the following approach. We need to first crack how the SCMP paper operates. Alright. In SCMP paper, you have theory, you have problems, okay, and you are having case studies. Okay. Now we are focusing 100% on the new syllabus, and this class is exclusively new and it is not applicable to the old syllabus. Alright. I just wanted to clarify this because I don't want anyone of old attending the new, because both are different. For old syllabus, if you want, you can always get in touch with my team for a pen drive or a Google Drive, and we might go YouTube live later on. Right now, the online regular class, we are focusing only on the SCMPE, that is the new syllabus. Okay. Now, when you look at these three things, as far as the old syllabus was concerned, it was hardcore problems and theory. But here in the new syllabus, you are having theory, you are having problems, and you are having case study. Let me make an in-depth overview of this once again. As I told you, we have theory, okay, we have problems, okay, and we are having case studies. Okay. Theory, I can break it into two parts. Okay. One, I will call it as normal theory, and the other one we will call it as practical theory. Alright. What is the difference is that normal theory is something what used to come in the old syllabus. It comes in the new but very limited. For example, there is a chapter called as life cycle costing. Okay. In that you will learn different phases of life cycle costing, like initial, growth, maturity, decline, etc. etc. Earlier in the old syllabus, they will directly ask you what are the four stages of life cycle costing. That will come under normal theory. What comes under practical theory is that they will not give you the theory just like that. They will give you an industry-based case study. They will tell this company has launched a new product. Oh, now this product is going to go up. According to you, what and all will happen in the life cycle of this product? Now, if they ask you like that, what will happen is you have to not only know the theory, you should know the practical application of theory also. The next thing which comes up is problems. Now, old syllabus, we had a lot of heavy problems. New syllabus, they have reduced the intensity of the problems. Earlier, if you used to get questions for 20 marks, now the problems are easier when you compare it with the old syllabus. They are more focusing on the industry-based case studies. Alright. And the last one is case study. You have in total around 30 case studies. Okay. So, problems are also there. And this of late, since the new syllabus costing is very, very new, and the questions from the exam are coming directly from the study material or the RTP. So here, if you want to score good marks, you can do it purely from the study material and the RTP. So now, if this is the whole approach, okay, in my class, what I am going to do is, I will make sure that you learn everything that is there in your study material. and all the case studies that is there in your study material. We will compress it. I will make short notes and give you, so that every case study, if normally it takes you around half an hour to 45 minutes to read, in my class, per case study, I will compress in such a way and I'll give you the videos and the notes in such a way that per case study, in 5 minutes, the entire crux comes into your mind. Exam, then it is up to you how you can elaborate, drag and write it down. Are you clear with that? So, I will take all the theory in the classroom, okay, unlike SFM, because in SCMPE, theory has got higher importance. SFM, you just have to learn the theory and it's only normal theory. SCMPE, it is not only normal theory, it is normal theory plus practical theory. So I'll be covering all the theory in class. I'll share the PowerPoint presentations with you. I will crack all the problems in class and we will do all the case studies. Can you put this overview in your books, friends? Please write down this overview in your books. Alright friends, I believe you all have put up till here in your books now. Alright friends, I believe you have put up till here. So I go back to the same dream that you are having and I am having. SCMPE, my dream is that each one of you should be able to score more than 70 marks, for which we need to have a win-win deal. You should win, I should also win. Friends, if I do my part, you don't do your part, will that be a win-win? No. You study very hard, I don't take my class properly, is that a win-win? No. I do my best, I give it my 100% to you, you give your 100% to me, then as a team, we will win-win. So friends, here I am going to write down the role, what I am going to do as a faculty, and I am going to put down the roles that you are supposed to do as students, alright, so that the faculty also wins and the students also win. Everybody is clear with this part? Now, as a faculty, what I will do is, I will cover all the theory, okay, I will cover all the practical questions that is there in your study material. In fact, I am thinking now, May 2021 study material has been fully revised. Since it is fully revised, I am coming under a thought process that I might directly take the questions from the study material itself, which are very, very important. Because when they add some new questions, there will be very, very high importance for those questions in the coming May 21 exam and the November 21 examination. Alright, cover all the questions of study material. This is the second part. Third thing what I will do is I will cover all the case studies. Okay. And for all these things, what is more important is that you should know the logic. I will give you the exact logic of whatever is required. Okay. So once I give you the entire logic of whatever is required, you will not only be learning just like that, you will learn with practical exposure. And friends, I am a person who's practicing not only in India, I am having offices in abroad also. So wherever I practice, my hardcore area of practice is business valuation, and second one is cost management. Everyone loves this concept because if I can help someone to reduce their cost, I can help them to increase their profits. And for increasing their profits, SCMPE is one of the best subjects that you can learn. Okay, so the very simple way of explaining SCMPE to you is that if you are an expert in SCMPE, you can help other companies make money, and that is something what every company will always value. Alright, so you have to make sure that the concepts are very clear, and you have to make sure that the application of this concept is very, very clear. Everyone clear with this? If you have any other expectation from this class, please let me know right away now, because this is what I am going to cover, and this actually covers 100%. Once we are done with 100% coverage, beyond this, nothing should come in the examination. Everyone clear? In the end, we will also do May 2021 RTP, which is not yet released. This also will be covered as a part of this class. This will be done towards the end. Maybe if you don't get time during the regular class, I might keep a special class and I might cover it up. But we will be working out all this for sure. Okay. Now let us go to the students part. What is it that the students should do? Students, point number one and the most important thing, please attend the class regularly. Unlike face-to-face classes, online live classes, I cannot see you right in front of me. I cannot come to your house and catch you. Why have you not attended the class? If it was a face-to-face class, I could have caught you. But online, that is not practical. But friends, online has got its own advantages over and above the face-to-face classes. One of the advantages is that once you attend the class in the morning, okay, suppose you are attending a face-to-face class, I talk something, you sleep off in middle. You are a human being, you might sleep off. Later on, you want to rewind and play what the faculty has done. Face-to-face class, you have to raise your hands and tell the faculty, please repeat the whole thing again. But in the online live class, you can always go back, replay the video again. And the videos, once the live class is over, will be given to you for 1 week's time. The access will be available. So suppose on a Monday, I have taken some class, you have missed that class, you will have a week's time to learn and cover it up. After a week's time, the access will be removed. Okay. So my request to all of you is, the best time to attend the class is online live, when we are taking class. That time, if you attend, the kind of effect that you have is much better. And since it is early morning 6:30 to 9:30, your mind is fresh. There is no other disturbance. Along with the class, by March 31st or maybe April 1st week, you will be done with the entire SCMP along with the class. Okay. So rule number one, please attend the class strictly without failing. Rule number two, whatever we do in the class, you are supposed to do it 2 times without looking. Okay, so first attend the class, second thing you have to do it 2 times without looking. So if I am doing, let's say, 5 questions in class today, evening you sit, spend another 2 to 3 hours, work it out 2 to 3 times again. Friends, morning you do in the class 1 time, evening you again do it 2 times. Total, how many times are you doing a problem? 3 times. Friends, if you do a question 3 times, you are repeating the same thing again and again and again. It goes deep down your subconscious mind, after which, even if you want to forget, you cannot forget. And that is the point when you become a successful person. Friends, if you do the same thing what others do, you have no value. But if you do something what others cannot do, that is where you create a real value for yourself, friends. So please, this is the most important rule. Do it 2 times without looking. Point number 3. Whatever doubts are there, you have to ask me. Ask the doubts. Okay? I will make sure that I clarify all your doubts, and if there is some extreme doubt which I am unable to clarify, I will take a day's time, but I will clarify it for you. Okay? So if you attend the class regularly, you do all the questions 2 times without looking. If you ask all your doubts and clarify all your doubts, if I cover the complete theory, if I cover the complete practical, if I cover the complete case study, if I do the May 21 RPP, I do my part, you do your part, why cannot we score more than 70 marks is my question to you. Friends, in life, anything is possible. And it is possible only if we work as a team. Working alone is boring, you get lonely. Working together as a team is amazing, you also succeed. I also succeed. So friends, can you write down this in your books? This is going to be our benchmark for this SCMPE live classes. So please write it down in your books. Let me check if there is any other chats. No chats as of now. Okay. Friends, just 1 minute. All right, friends. I believe you all have put up till here in your books. So any other expectation, please let me know. I will add up that also to this to the win-win agreement that we have made between us. Okay. So if you are clear with this, let's make this agreement very clear. Let's write down below that I promise to follow the above rules strictly and without fail. So I am putting my signature over here, friends. You put yours. Okay. I will do my part. You do your part. As a team, we will win-win. Please write it down. All right, friends, shall we now start off with today's session? Okay, so let us start with chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, basics. So let us start from the scratch. Let us start from the scratch now, all right? So in this, what we will do is, friends, in my class, you have to keep 2 books, okay? The first book will be called as the concept and theory book. In this book, I will give you only the logic and the theory. And the second book will be called as a practice book. Here you can just go and write down all the practical parts. Can you put this chart in your books? You have to keep these two books as far as the live class is concerned. Alright, shall we now start off with this? So now today we are going to focus on the concept book. I will be giving you only the concepts today. So once you are strong with the concepts, only then we will go to the next one. Yes, one more important thing about our class timings. How are we going to conduct our classes? Friends, my classes would be from Monday to Thursday, 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Friday I will not be having a class since I travel to my other offices. So one day I will be keeping an off on Friday. Again we will have a class on Saturday. Saturday also we will be having class from 6:30 to 9:30. Alright. So to summarize, Sunday also your class will be off. So we will be having a week 5-day class, 3 hours each. That will be 15 hours a week. In this 3 hours of class, every day 8 o'clock to 8:15 we will be giving you a break. So the first session would be from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. 8 to 8:15 will be a break time. 8:15 to 9:30 will be our second session so that you don't get overloaded and things go very smoothly. Alright? Yes. So let us start now with your concept book. In that you write down concept number 1. Okay. Let us start with a practical example of how the whole business operates. Structure of a company. Let us start from here. Okay. Now we are learning about costing. Tell me, what is the purpose of costing? We need to find out the cost of a product or a cost of a service. And then we are trying to manage the cost and reduce the cost. CA final level is not about how to find out the cost. It is more about how to reduce your cost. But unless you know how to find out the cost, you can never reduce your cost. So let's take a practical example of an industry. Can you tell me names of a different industries that you are aware of? Now for example, footwear industry is one industry. We have steel industry. I'm talking about manufacturing, okay? Leather, textile, restaurants. These are all places where material and etc. is involved, and there are many more. Friends, these are all the major manufacturing based industries. There might be even more, but I'm just giving you these 5 examples because this normally covers all the types of costing that we are looking at. Can you just write down the different types of industries first? Then I'll go to a fresh page, and with the help of one particular example, I will explain to you how the whole company structure is formed. Can you please write down this in your books now? Alright friends, now out of all these industries, in my case, I feel that the restaurant industry is one of the easiest industries because all of you must have gone to a restaurant, okay? So what we will do is, I will be basing my initial examples based on a restaurant industry so you understand the logic much better, okay? Now tell me which is your favorite restaurant. Okay, I'll tell you what is my favorite restaurant. It is Sharavana Bhavan. I love the dosas in Sharavana Bhavan. You can also chat and let me know which is your favorite restaurant. Okay. What are the food items that they produce? They will be having idli, vada, dosa, blah blah blah. All the South Indian food will be available here. Am I right? Now, I will be assuming that there is a Sharavana Bhavan which only produces and sells only one thing, which is masala dosas. Nothing else. Okay. Now, I want you to help me visualize this Sharavana Bhavan. What are the parts of this hotel or restaurant which is actually there in operation? If you look at a restaurant or if you look at Sharavana Bhavan, ideally they are going to have three parts. First and the foremost is what we call it as kitchen. What do they do in the kitchen? They convert the raw material into masala dosa. Am I right? Second thing is what we call it as place of sale. Place of sale means this is a restaurant where people come sit, order for dosa and eat dosa. Alright. First we have a kitchen, or kitchen is what we call it in the industry terminology as factory. Factory is a place where you convert the raw material into finished goods. Then you have a place of sale where people come and the buying and selling takes place. And the third one is what I call it as the planning department. In this planning department, they will have a lot of heads who will sit and do in-depth planning, how to make better masala dosa, how to sell more masala dosa, how to plan the budgets for the masala dosa, can we make some new type of masala dosa, etc., etc. Can you draw this overview in your books now, friends? Good morning, Annie. Yes, Gina, we will have a win-win rule. Prajna, whatever previous RTPs are important, I will be solving it for you. Okay. Latest ones are more important. Like if you're writing the May 21 examination, November 2020 RTP and May 21 RTP are of high importance. Okay. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books? Now I will go in depth of this. Now once you enter into a kitchen of Sharavana Bhavan, can you tell me what and all will come inside a kitchen of Sharavana Bhavan? First place is what we actually call it as a store. Okay. Second place is what we call it as production. Third place is what we call it as inspection. And the last place is what we call it as dispatch. Everyone repeat with me. What are the four parts I have told you? Store, production, inspection, dispatch. What happens in the store? Store is a place where you will have a manager. Okay, this guy will be called as a store manager. His role is that in order to make masala dosa, what are the raw materials required for masala dosa? I don't know what is the ingredient that you call it. I'll just call it as raw materials. You need potato and you need that batter. I don't know whether you call it as batter or you call it as something else. This batter, potato, the salt, masala, everything is stored where? It is stored in the store. And this is controlled by whom? Store manager. What is the role of store manager? He has to ensure that the potatoes, batter, salt, pepper, nobody takes away. And Whenever there is an order coming for masala dosa, there has to be sufficient batter, there has to be sufficient potatoes, there has to be sufficient everything for them to make masala dosa. So his main purpose is protect the raw material. Okay, I'll give you in writing in detail, just give an overview over here, and ensure stock is available. He should make sure the stock is always available. From store, the next department is called as what? Production department. Now tell me what will happen in the production department. In the production department, they take the batter, they take the potato, and they convert that into what? Masala dosa. So here, the main role is convert the raw material into what? Convert the raw material into masala dosa. Okay. Everybody clear with this part? This process for converting the raw material into masala dosa, okay, there will be a manager and his name will be production manager. What is the third department? Inspection. Once the masala dosa is ready, it will be sent to the inspection department. The inspection department fellow, what will he do? He will take a bite of masala dosa and he will tell whether it is a good masala dosa or bad masala dosa. Bad masala dosa, it will not go to the customer. Good masala dosa, he will send it to the customer. Are you understanding my point, friends? Here you have a manager, what you call it as the inspection manager. Okay. Once he ensures, this will be given to a waiter. Am I right? The waiter will take the masala dosa, go and deliver it to the customer. That is what we call it as dispatch. So friends, just like masala dosa, you go to any industry, you go to a footwear industry, you go to a steel industry, wherever you go, they will have these four departments: store, production, inspection, dispatch. In store, they keep the raw material. In production, they convert the raw material into finished goods. In inspection, they check the quality of the product, and in dispatch, they will deliver it to the customer. Can you draw this chart in your books now, friends? Thank you so much, Gina. Friends, we'll spend some good time on the conceptual part so that you become very, very strong in that. Alright friends, I believe you have all put up till here. Let's write down the theory of this one in detail. First, I told you can give a heading called as structure of a factory. Then we can write down in a factory there will be the following four divisions. You can write parallelly along with me, friends. Okay. First one would be what? Store. Okay. Put a bullet point and write down. Here, a store manager would ensure that raw materials are stored properly. Raw materials are stored properly. That is point number one. Okay. Second thing, what we can write down over here is that he has to ensure that RM is always available for production. Can you write down till here in your books now? All comfortable, friends? If any difficulty in the audio or video, please let me know. Alright, friends, everybody is clear so far. I will go to the next part now. This is store. Point number 2 is what I told you, production. Inside this you can write down, production department is headed by the production manager. Is headed by the production manager. Okay. Point number 2, he has to convert raw material into what? Finished goods. Okay. He is responsible for keeping all the machineries, he is the one who is running the machineries, okay, in proper working condition. In proper working condition. That's about production. What comes after production? Inspection. Okay. Here, the quality of finished goods is checked by the inspection manager. Okay, can you write down till here in your books now? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Can I go to the next part? Okay, so after inspection, what is the next page that we are having? We will be having dispatch. Okay, here you can write down here, the goods are dispatched from the factory and delivered to the customer. Alright, can you write down this also in your books? So I'll go to the next part. Alright friends, everybody is clear so far. So I'll go back to the original chart. See, here we had kitchen or the factory, we had the place of sale, we have the planning department. Now we go to the next one, which is called as the place of sale. Okay. Place of sale, basically in case of a restaurant, it is very easy. Directly from the kitchen, you deliver it to the customer. But let's talk about a home delivery service. All of you are using Zomato, Swiggy, Potato. There are many other apps which are providing home delivery. In that case, it is not that simple. It is basically factory is in one place, customer might be in some other place. Alright. Whatever is from dispatch division would only mean it is going out of the factory. That does not mean it will reach the customer. So from this dispatch to the customer, whatever is the headache happening in middle, that is taken care in this second department, or we call it as logistics. Okay. So there might be, it might be going to a, for example, if you're talking about a footwear company, this is for restaurant. In restaurant it is this way, but if you talk about a footwear, maybe I'll give you one more chart. Footwear. Okay. What happens in case of a footwear is that you start from a factory, dispatch division, it will go in a lorry. Okay, so we'll call it as logistics, and it will be delivered to, let us say, it will be delivered to a wholesaler. Okay. Then what will the wholesaler do? He will give it to another retailer. And from this retailer, it will go to a customer. Okay. This whole process comes in this heading called as the place of sale. Can you draw these two charts in your books? Then I'll give you in writing also. Can you draw this also in your books, and I'll give you this part also in writing. I believe everything is clear, friends. Okay. We'll go very slowly with the concepts, because once the concept or the logic is clear, the whole costing is very, very easy. We are focusing on the concepts first. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books? Let's write down neatly below this, okay? A place of sale would mean the entire process from factory to the customer. Hence, it includes the entire supply chain of wholesalers and retailers also. Wholesalers, retailers, logistics also. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? So we have learned about two things now. Let's go back to the first page. We learned about the factory, we learned about the place of sale. Now let us learn about the planning department. Planning department is where the hardcore planning will happen. Inside this we will have a lot of divisions. The first one would be sale planning. After that you will have this production planning going on. After this, you will have a purchase-based planning or materials planning, HR needs planning, finance needs planning, and you have the R&D, research and development. Okay. Here you will have a manager who is called as a sales manager. His only role is how to maximize sales. This guy will be called as what now? Production manager. His role will be to give optimum good quality production. Okay. Purchase manager, he has to buy the best quality raw material at low prices. Okay. HR manager will be there over here. What is going to be his role? His role is going to be, ensure the best labor. Ensure the best labor. Finance manager, this will be a chartered accountant. Okay. This guy will do everything what you are going to do in the future. Internal audits, budget preparation, cost planning, MIS reporting, etc. etc. R&D manager's role will be to come up with new innovative products, like coming up with some absolutely out of the box masala dosas, etc. etc. Can you write down this in your books now? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? If I'm going a little fast or if I'm going a little slow, please let me know. So accordingly I can adjust my speed also. Alright, I'll go to the next part now. So we can just write down all the breakups of the planning department. You can write down first one sales. You can write down sales manager has a role of maximizing revenue. Point number B would be what? Production manager has to ensure optimum production without any break. Okay. Purchase manager has to ensure best quality raw material at optimum price. HR manager has to ensure proper labor available at the best code. Okay. And the last one, finance manager has to be responsible for all finance matters. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Okay. So we are done with the meaning of all the three parts. Let me recall the whole thing once again with the help of the charts that we have drawn. We are talking about Sharavana Bhavan, who is producing and selling masala dosas. Okay. This is having mainly three categorization: kitchen, place of sale, and the planning department. Alright. As far as the kitchen is concerned, there are four subdivisions coming inside a kitchen. One is a store, other one is production, third one is inspection, and the fourth one is dispatch. If you talk about the place of sale, it is basically from the factory to the customer. Restaurant, it's easy, but in case of footwear or any other thing, you have a factory, you have a logistics involved, there's a wholesale department, there's a retail division, and then it reaches the customer. Alright. And planning department has got these following six parts: sale, production, purchase, HR, finance, and R&D. Okay. I hope all of you are clear with this part. Now, let me go to the next one. Concept number 2. Linkage between accounting and costing. Let us go back to the example of Sharavana Bhavan. Okay. Now, in Sharavana Bhavan, what are they producing and selling? Can you tell me? He is producing and selling masala dosas. Okay. So, I'll give you some details over here. Let us say the units sold by Sharavana Bhavan is 1 lakh masala dosa. For this 1 lakh masala dosa, he has fixed a selling price of, let us say, 100 rupees. So, it will become easier for us to track this thing. For making masala dosa, he needs material, am I right? So the material cost will be there, that will be all the potato, batter, etc. They will have some labor also appointed over there. They will have some kind of variable overhead. They will also have some form of fixed overhead. Alright. Now let us say the material cost is turning out to be 30 rupees per masala dosa. Labor is turning out to be, let us say, 20 rupees per masala dosa. What do you mean by the word variable overhead? Variable overhead would mean what changes with production. Now here the classic example of variable overhead would be cooking gas. Why? Because cooking gas, the more you produce, the more cooking gas consumption will happen. The less you produce, there will be a less cooking gas consumption. Alright. Let us assume for time being this is turning out to be 10 rupee. And for time being we'll assume there is no other variable cost. Rest is all fixed overhead that is coming over here. Okay. I'll give you a breakup of fixed overhead over here. Let us assume there is an administration cost which is turning out to be 1 lakh. You are having selling cost, okay, which is another 1 lakh. You are having depreciation and amortization, which is again for timing. Let's ignore this because we don't bother so much about depreciation and we don't consider this in the costing. So let's not stress upon that. We have an administration cost, we have a selling cost, we have some factory rent coming up, which is a factory cost. That is also assumed for time being 1 lakh. Okay. This is the whole things that are available. Can you write down this in your books now, all of you? Friends, I'll just come back in a minute. Alright friends, have you all put up till here? Can you write down this also in your books now? Fine friends, once you have written down till here, okay, now I will just explain this part to you. Everyone look at the board. This data, what we are having, this we can actually solve it using three methods. Okay. One, we can solve it using financial accounting. That is what you learn in your accounting chapters. Or you can solve it using cost accounting. In cost accounting also, you can solve it using absorption costing. Or you can also solve it based on marginal costing. So what I will do is, I will give you solution for this one simple question. To find out the profit, I will do it based on the financial accounting, absorption costing and marginal costing, so that you get 100% exposure of how the same problem can actually be perceived in three different angles. Can you draw this chart in your books now? Alright friends, shall we now solve it using financial accounting first? So I'll give a heading over here called as solution using financial accounting. Okay, so here I'll draw a normal P&L account just like we always draw. What will come on the right side? Buy, sales. Okay, on the left side you will have opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock is what we call it as material consumed. Am I right? Then you have two wages, and then we have two direct expense. Am I right? And we will have factory rent, which is also nothing but a direct expenditure. So I believe the sales over here would be 1 lakh into 100, that turns out to be 100 lakhs. Okay. I believe the material was 30, so that turns out to be how many lakhs over here? 30 lakhs. This one is 20 lakhs. Direct expense will be cooking gas 10 lakh, and this will be 1 lakh. From this, can we not find out the GP? It will be 50, 60, 61, so you get 39 over here. By GP carried forward is how much? 39. To administration expense is 1 lakh. To selling expense is how much? Another 1 lakh. So your net profit turns out to be how much now? It turns out to be 37 lakhs. Can you draw this answer, put this answer in your books now? Friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Can I go to the next one? Now the same can also be solved using absorption costing. Solution using absorption costing. Do you remember the absorption cost sheet, friends? Direct material, direct labor, prime cost, factory overhead, factory cost, administration overhead, cost of production. My dear friends, do you remember all this? What comes after this? Selling overhead, cost of sales, profit, and what is the last thing? Sales. Okay. Here you absorb it based on production. So we will have per unit also. We will have total also. Material cost is 30 rupees per unit. Total will be how much? 30 lakhs. Am I right? This is 20 lakhs. Total will be prime cost is going to be 50 lakhs. Factory overhead will be both variable as well as fixed. So that's turning out to be 11 lakhs over here. So 11 rupee. Absorbed is 11 rupee. So you get the number as how much? Factory cost will be 61 lakhs. Administration overhead is 1. So it will become 62 lakhs. Selling overhead is 1, 63. Total will become 63 lakhs. Sale value is how much? 100. Am I right? So what is the profit that you are booking over here? Is it 37? You get exactly the same profit what you got under financial accounting. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? Friends, I believe you have written down till here in your books now. Can I give you the next part? Okay. I'll now go to the next one. Solution using marginal costing. Solution using marginal costing. Alright. So under marginal costing, it is very simple. Selling price, then you have variable cost, you have contribution, then we give and we find out the total contribution less, you will have the fixed cost, and finally you will have the profit. Okay. So now the selling price over here is 100 rupees per unit. What about the variable cost? It is going to be 30 plus 20 plus 10. So that turns out to be how much? It turns out to be 60. Contribution turns out to be 40. Okay. The total contribution will turn out to be how much? 40 lakhs. The fixed cost is going to be, how much is going to be the fixed cost here? 111. So it's going to be 3 lakhs. Am I right? So you will get 3 lakhs as the fixed cost and your profit will be 37 lakhs. This is exactly the same profit that you got. Am I right? Can you write down this also in your books now? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books? So friends, did you see how the same data can actually be analyzed into financial accounting? It can be done into absorption costing and marginal costing, and unless there are heavy complications, the profit under all the three should be the same. I hope you are clear with this part also friends. Shall we take a short break now? After the break, we will go into marginal costing in depth, because at the final level, they don't give much priority to the absorption one. Decision making is done based on marginal costing. So we'll start learning all the basic concepts again. What is PV ratio, break-even point, margin of safety from the scratch. And once the base is very, very strong, we will go to the next part. Alright. So let's take a 15 minutes of break friends, after which we'll continue with the next part. Thank you so much.